In this video, I'm going to break down the top 3 objections that homeowners give that kill deals and leave you wondering where the hell they went. I'm Andrew Latursky with the Ultimate Landscape Academy, and over the last 20 years in the industry, I started, scaled, and exited my own multi-divisional design build company, and I've helped hundreds of hardscapers across the country improve their sales process, build reliable teams to get off the job site, and buy back their time. Now, today specifically, we're going to go through the top 3 objections, and I'm going to give you the exact scripts that you can use to handle these objections to get customers to say yes, sign the paper, and collect a deposit rather than losing the deal and wondering where you went wrong. Let's get into it. Now, the number one most common objection that I hear from contractors is, hey, you're more expensive than the other guy. Now, this one's super common, and the biggest mistake that contractors make is the first thing that they do is they start defending their price. They'll either say things like, well, let me see the other quote and we'll see if they're apples to apples. Or they're like, well, we're more expensive because we do this and we're more expensive because we do that. The problem is that when you're defending, you're no longer selling, right? It's starting to become this pushiness, and we don't want that in our sales process. Instead, we want to ask questions. And so when this happens, instead of defending your number or anything else, all I want you to ask them is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, if we were to put both quotes side by side right now and they were exactly the same price, who would you choose? And then very important, you shut your mouth and you let them talk. Now, you better hope that they will say you, and you better hope that they can explain why, because that's your next question. After they say you say, well, guys, how come? And then they tell you a reason why. And they say, well, it's because of X, and it's because of Y, and it's because of Z, right? And guys, why are those things important to you? And it's because of this, and it's because of that. And then you say, well, so at the end of the day, guys, you'd rather choose us based on all of those things, right? And they say, yes. They say, all right, well, I'm curious. At the end of the day, what's more important to you guys? Is it getting the scope of work exactly the way that we have designed it for you with all the things that you love because of this thing and that thing and that, and getting a contractor that you trust, the one that you actually want to work with? Or is it more important for you to get the price? And that's a hard stop. You're going to stop talking again when you say this, and you're going to let them start to work through that objection in their mind, because either they're going to go, oh, well, honey, we really want the backyard with this, and we want that. And, you're right. You are better with communication. You're better at this. And they'll either talk themselves to a point where they say, all right, this is great. You know what? Let's move ahead together. Or they'll say, well, you know what? It is the price, and we want to work with you, but we just can't spend that. And then you're going to ask them, all right, guys, well, what's the real number here? Let's put it aside, and I'll just slide the estimate across the table, right? I'll move it out of the way. And I'll say, all right, guys, so what's the real number? What do we need to hit to be able to make this happen today? And then they give you a number. And then you say, guys, well, if you're willing to work with me on this one so we can come to an agreement, let's go back and revisit the scope of work and the design and see if there's a place where we can come up with a cost savings to get you guys what you want at a number that works for you. Sound fair? And then they say yes. And now you're the person that works with them to come up with a solution. Now the problem becomes the price, and you are working together as a team. Make adjustments to the design, to the materials, either phase the work or reduce the scope, and then get them to sign the contract, collect a deposit, and move on to the next one. All right, now number 2, the biggest one I hear is leave it with us and we'll get back to you. This is a real kick in the ass after you've spent hours doing a design and meeting with them and going over revisions, and you present an estimate just to hear, thanks, leave it with us, right? Here's exactly what you're going to do when this happens. And by the way, these things only work when you're presenting in person. Is that you're going to be sitting there at the table and they say, yeah, this looks great, but you know what? Just leave it with us. You're going to agree. This is the biggest thing that I see contractors go wrong on, is they don't agree right away, and they put pushback, and they're like, well, what do you need to think about? Right? And people know as soon as you ask that question that they're being sold. So specifically you say, yeah, guys, absolutely no problem. I can understand you want to make the right decision here. I've got availability tomorrow at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. What works better for you? And again, very clear, I have 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Let them know the times you have. Don't let them choose what time to meet. Now, once you've got them booked in for tomorrow, they will let their guard down because they'll feel like they don't have to make a decision. And this is where you add value back in by what I call doing is removing the variables. They might be wondering about the time. They might be wondering about the scope of work. They might be wondering about the price or something else entirely different. And if you make assumptions, assumptions will get you a kick in the ass and a leave it with us on the way out the door. So don't make assumptions here. You're going to ask them specifically, say, hey guys, just so that I'm prepared for tomorrow, I'm curious, is it the timing that you're kind of curious about right now? I know we're 2 months out. Is it getting that nailed down at that time frame that's a problem? And they're probably going to say, no, the timing's not a big deal right now. We're good with 2 months. Perfect. All right, guys, and I'm curious, is it the scope of work? Like we talked about the patio and the pool and everything else. Are we 100% all in? Like this is exactly what you guys want? Yes or no? If they say no, then you dive into that thing, right? We want to get them to the point where they love it and they say, no, absolutely, it's perfect. I don't want to change anything. And if they've done that for timing and they've done that for the scope of work, then the last thing they need to think about is usually the price. And that's when you say, guys, can we be open and honest with one another for a minute? And they say, yeah. And you say, is it the price? And they would say yes. And at that point in time, that's when you say, guys, if you're open to a conversation about it, we have a couple ways that we might be able to reduce the overall cost if you have a number in mind. With that being said, the difference between where we are and where you want to be. Do you have any idea what that is? Then at that point in time, you're in negotiations. And this is where you walk back and forth between understanding what they really want to spend and what it is that your number is. This is one of the best ways, again, to get into an opportunity where we make some adjustments, phase the work, adjust the materials, and then sign the deal, collect the deposit, and move on to the next one. And now number 3, the biggest objection is, can I get a discount? Now, I just want to let everybody know, first and foremost, not every homeowner actually needs a discount for you to be able to move forward. A lot of them have learned that if they ask for a discount, people just give discounts. Sometimes simply saying no is enough for them to say, no problem, and sign the deal and collect a check and move on to the next one. But if you want to work through this one, depending on the customer, and you get the feeling that the discount's what's actually needed to get them across the line, then specifically you're going to answer again with a yes. And you're going to say, yeah, guys, that's no problem. How much were you looking to get off? And then they're going to give you a number, right? And let's say it's 5K. Say, guys, we can definitely take 5K off the job. Here's where it's going to come from, by the way. We have 3 options. Number 1 is we can look at the scope of work and we can make a couple adjustments to the size of the patio or the retaining wall that we've got here. Number 2, we could reduce the quality of materials. We could just go get some of the really cheap stuff that's been discounted. Like I'm talking box store style pavers and wall blocks. This stuff is definitely going to be less expensive and we'll be able to put that in for you. Or number 3 is we can just go down to the hardware store and we'll just grab the first 3 guys that we see. They're not tradesmen, so they won't be skilled. And because they're not skilled, the labor is going to be way less. And we'll just stick them on the job to let them do the job for you. What do you think? And they're going to look really puzzled by the time you get to the end of this third one because number 3 is ridiculous. And then you're going to laugh out loud because you want to keep the mood light. You're saying, no, guys, obviously we're not going to do number 3. That's crazy. And I can tell you right now is that if we went and got those cheap materials for you, the ones from the box store, the discontinued ones, it's only going to lead to problems later on. So realistically, the only way that we can get the price down for you, where you're going to be happy with it, is for us to reduce some of the scope of work or the materials. Do you guys want to revisit the design? We can go through that together and see where we can come up with maybe 5K to get you down to a lower price point. Then customers will say, yes, you've given them 3 options and made 2 of them seem so unreasonable that only one makes sense. It's called a redirect. Rather than going hard against them with a firm no, you've given them a redirect to something else that makes more sense. When you walk through it this way, they open up, they tend to go through things they want to change. And at the end of it, if there's nothing they want to change, more often than not, they sign the deal, you collect a check and you move on to the next one. Now there you have it. Those are the top 3 objections and how to handle them for homeowners. Keep in mind that none of these work if you send estimates by email. Make sure that you present your estimates in person and you walk them through. So if objections come up, you can handle them, you can negotiate, and then sign a deal, collect a check, and move on to the next one.